14 runners locked away. They're off. In the Irish Stallion Farms EBF Fillies maiden opening race over 1 mile and 2, and the first to show was Sweet Dime, with moving through in between horses at last. And they're tracked in the early stages by Make Me Sway, and Tarnawa is handy on the inside. So they settle down, and at last has gone to the front and shows a couple of lengths clear of Tarnawa. Make Me Sway is third, and then the grey Heavenly Snow, and then Invitation, who's followed by Heaven on Earth, and then Sweet Dime and Guinevere. And on the inside is Queen Guanamara. Next is Under Blue Sky, and Presidencia is then being followed by Full Moon Magic, and Lemon Quartz is towards the back with Encapsulation. Right across from the stands with less than 7 furlongs to go, in front is At Last and Shamey Heffernan, tracked by Make Me Sway, Kevin Manning second, third is Tarnawa and Chris Hayes, fourth is Heavenly Snow and Shane Foley, as they make their way past the 6 mark, continuing all the while towards the end of the back straight, with At Last the leader in the white cap. Closely followed by Make Me Sway, third in the green jacket is Tarnawa, and then comes Heavenly Snow and Sweet Dime, and Heaven on Earth on the inside of Invitation, and then Under Blue Sky and Guinevere. Queen Guanamara is next, and then comes Full Moon Magic. Presidencia is 2 behind Encapsulation and Lemon Quartz. They're past the halfway stage as they come across on the approach to the straight. At Last is the leader by half a length to Make Me Sway in second, and then 3 parts of a length back to Tarnawa, with Sweet Dime improving. Then Heavenly Snow and Under Blue Sky. Guinevere pushed along on the inside is Heaven on Earth, and then Invitation and Queen Guanamara as they run the home turn. 2.5 furlongs to go, and off the last bend At Last with Make Me Sway. Making good headway on the outside is Sweet Dime. Tarnawa is just behind them, and then Heavenly Snow and Guinevere racing towards the final furlong and a half, and it's Sweet Dime. Tom Madden just leading Tarnawa and Chris Hayes. These two have scampered on from Guinevere, who's staying on for Billy Lee, and inside the final 150 yards Tarnawa is finding plenty on the rail and will get off the mark for informed Chris Hayes. Dermot Weld and His Highness the Aga Khan. Tarnawa beats Sweet Dime, Guinevere, and then Encapsulation and the grey Heavenly Snow.
Yeah, she's got the job done pretty comfortably in the end, Tarnawa, this daughter of Shamadal. 4th time of asking. She'd been placed on her last couple of starts, 3rd on debut as well, and the last time in listed company. Not seen for 107.
Delphinia last of the 7. All locked away. They're off as they begin in the Irish National Stud Racing. Irish EBF Bluewind Stakes, Group 3 over 1 mile and 2, and straight to the front, who's Steph. The grey filly leading in the early stages, Peachtree on the inside of Delphinia. They're being followed on settling down by Tarnawa, and on the inside Shapley in the all pink colours, who's followed by stable companion Credenza, who's in a grey jacket, and a couple of lengths to Magnolia Springs, a runner over from the UK, representing Eve Johnson Houghton. As Who's Steph is joined on the outside by Delphinia, making their way towards the 7 mark, a couple of lengths back to Tarnawa, who's racing in company with Peachtree. Another couple of lengths then to Shapley on the inside of Credenza, with the back marker of the 7, Magnolia Springs. They're at the 6 in the Irish National Stud Racing Irish EBF Blue Wind Stakes, and matching strides, Who's Steph, Colin Keane on the inside of Delphinia and Shane Cross, 2 lengths in front of the next pair, Peachtree, Shamey Heffernan, and alongside Tarnawa and Chris Hayes, and then comes Shapley and Gary Halpin, and Credenza, Kitty and Hennesley, with the back marker Magnolia Springs and Billy Lee as they come inside the halfway stage. Who's Steph on the rail, and the white and green makes the bend with a narrow advantage. A hands and heels winner of the Victor McCalmont Memorial 6 days ago turns into the straight under Colin Keane with a small advantage over Delphinia, 2 lengths back to Peachtree and Tarnawa. Magnolia Springs is trying to improve in between Shapley and Credenza, making their way on up the straight with a little over 2.5 to go, and it's Who's Steph, the leader on the rail, is starting to extend a bit. Tarnawa's on the outside of Delphinia, then Peachtree, Magnolia Springs. Out in the centre of the track is Credenza, and then Shapley, beginning the uphill run to the final furlong, and it is Who's Steph in front from Tarnawa on the outside, who's trying to cut her back, and then comes in 3rd place Delphinia with Peachtree inside the last 100 yards. Who's Steph, and on the near side Tarnawa Two-step out of the blue wind. In third place, Delphinia and then Peachtree.
It's another Blue Wind Stakes for Dermot Well. Chris Hayes gets Tarnawa up in the dying strides to colour the favourite, who's Steph. And another good finish here, Tarnawa, who was around about a 4-1.90.
They can then, 3 fences left to negotiate. Next up is the open ditch. Max do Brazil into the wings of the third last. Gets
big race off at Cork, the Group 3, and we're going to pick up the commentary with Richard Pugh.
In this Group 3 contest, and it is Invitation over on the far side who leads in the early stages from Matteo in second. Credenza races third on the inside with Simply Beautiful next, and the quartet are being followed towards the inside, but Delphinia, who races along in company with Tarnawa. So now they race the turn that'll bring them round towards the back straight, and it is Invitation and Wayne Lorden who goes on. Racing a little wider out is Matteo and Ronan Whelan bidding for the double. Towards the inside is Credenza and Porrick Becky. They're the 1, 2, 3. Simply Beautiful is 4 under Donnacha O'Brien. And they're being followed towards the back by Tarnawa and Chris Hayes, and last of all is Delphinia, who is the mount of Seamie Heffernan. But racing a shade keenly in front is Invitation, and opens up a lead clear from in second spot Credenza down the inside. On this one's outer is Matteo, and there's another clear gap back to Simply Beautiful, Tarnawa and Delphinia, who are now the back 3. But continuing back now, shortly heading on their way towards the 6 furlong pole, and out clear it is still Invitation who leads from Credenza racing in second. Dropping back into third now is the grey Matteo. Simply Beautiful is next. Tarnawa's towards the outside of Delphinia. Continuing on down now towards the end of the back straight, shortly taking the turn that'll bring them right-handed into the bend, and it is Invitation in the light pink jacket who continues to show from Credenza in the grey, and they're being followed back in third spot by Matteo, who's coming back to the back 3, which are Simply Beautiful, Tarnawa and Delphinia. So now they leave the back straight behind them and hit the turn that'll bring them on round towards the straight, heading on now in short towards the 4 furlong pole, and out in front it's Invitation who leads Credenza. They're the leading pair. Matteo races 3, Tarnawa's next, then Simply Beautiful, as Delphinia is last of all, as now they begin to make their way on the turn towards home. They're just over 3 to race, and Invitation's going to lead them in, being followed by Credenza in second. They're closing up a little now. Back in third is Matteo. Towards the outside is Tarnawa. Simply Beautiful sticks to the rail, and just behind them is Delphinia. They were well strung out for some time. They're not now. As they head on towards the 2, they're bunched, and now coming under pressure, Invitation is taken on by Credenza. Matteo, Simply Beautiful slots through there beautifully on the inside, and Credenza's just leaning in a little on Simply Beautiful. On the near side, Tarnawa comes to take over, and it's Tarnawa from Simply Beautiful. Matteo is next. Tarnawa has the advantage now from Simply Beautiful in second. Matteo is next. Delphinia is trying to stay on the near side, but Tarnawa's beginning to stretch clear in the closing stages from Simply Beautiful and Delphinia. Tarnawa's going to be another one, another give thanks for Dermot Well. Chris Hayes aboard. Tarnawa beats in second spot Simply Beautiful. Delphinia is third. Matteo is 4, and they're being followed in by Credenza and Invitation.
Well, the run of this race, either going the way of Dermot Weld or Aidan O'Brien, continues, and of course between them they had the majority of the field. 1 for Dermot Weld, that being Tarnawa, and she was the victorious.
They're off. They break away in the Moidlair Jules Blandford Stakes, Group 2 over 1.25 miles. First to show is Lady Wannabe, with on the inside prominent Credenza, being followed and settling down by Tarnawa. They're tracked by Tretias, who's on the inside of the sole English challenger Nausea. They're followed right up the far side of the track by stable companions Shapley and Goddess, and waiting for the day, settled at the back of the field as they begin to rise up the far side of the track, and it's Lady Wannabe and Colin Keane, a late replacement for William Buick, disputing the lead with Credenza and Donnacha O'Brien. They're followed by Tarnawa and Chris Hayes third, and Tretias is fourth. Shane Foley, and then comes Nausea and Andrea Zini. The final 3 are Goddess, Ryan Moore on the outside of Shapley, and Seamie Heffernan in the grey jacket. Bringing up the rear is Waiting for the Day and Declan McDonough. Heading right up to the top of the track, and little choose between Credenza and Lady Wannabe. He's tracked 3/4 of a length back in third by Tarnawa, then Tretias and Nausea in the light blue jacket. And then comes Shapley and Goddess with Waiting for the Day in rear of the 8. As they pass the 5, the halfway stage in the Moidlair Jules Blandford Stakes. And matching strides, Credenza in the pink on the inside of Lady Wannabe, closely attended by Tarnawa. A length and a half back to the fourth running Tretias. Now when Tretias is driven, and then comes Chablis and Noshik. Goddess is angled out and then waiting for the day. They're heading on down towards the two. And Tarnawa on the outside is coming with a potent challenge and sweeps to the front from on the rail Credenza. They're followed by Lady Wannabe, and after them is Chablis. Goddess is getting going and then waiting for the day. It's Tarnawa in front inside the fine 150 yards from Goddess, waiting for the day as they run towards the finish. Tarnawa and Chris Hayes, another running off the white laird. Jules Blandford goes to Dermot Well, with Goddess followed in by Credenza, waiting for the day.
It's 4 in a row in the Blandford Stakes for Dermot Weld, a race backed, of course, by Moigler, with whom the trainer has such a long and successful association, and Tarnawa has won well.
And they're off. Coming up to past the stands, Love is the Higher Law. In the centre is the early leader, Snap Raceps, Passion, and over on the rail, K.N. Pepper, the leading quartet, as they pass the winning post and head for the first turn. Love is the Higher Law sets down in front, just about a length in front of Passion, K.N. Pepper in third position, and they're followed into the turn. On the rail is Elizabeth of Aragon, the outside Snap Raceps. Between them is Tarnawa and the final trio in the early stages. Heliac the outside. On the rail is Nanyehi, and between them Get a Wiggle On. As they head to the turn, it'll bring them into the back straight. Love is the Higher Law, bowling along in front for Billy Lee, leads by less than a length and a half. Tracked in second by Passion and Wayne Lorden, a breakdown of about 3 lengths to K.N. Pepper, Shane Foley. Elizabeth of Aragon, McHussey on the inside is fourth, just ahead of Snap Raceps and Declan McDonough. And they're followed down the back straight by Tarnawa, Shinor, Heliac, Gary Carroll the outside, then Nanyehi, Conor Hoban, and at the back Get a Wiggle On, Conor Maxwell as they continue. Midway down the far side, Love is the Higher Law by a little less than a length now. Passion closer in second, 2.5 lengths away to K.N. Pepper. Elizabeth of Aragon on the inside is fourth, Snap Raceps in fifth. And then Tarnawa and Heliac, Nanyehi and Get a Wiggle On remain the final pair as they head to the turn out of the back straight. Love is the Higher Law with Passion a close second on the outside, and they're followed by K.N. Pepper in third. Elizabeth of Aragon fourth ahead of Snap Raceps, and then Tarnawa and Heliac, Nanyehi and Get a Wiggle On as they continue across towards the straight. Nearing the half-mile pole, and Passion goes up on the outside to tackle Love is the Higher Law, who's pushed along on the inner. Almost 4 lengths to K.N. Pepper in third, trying to close. Elizabeth of Aragon driven on the inside in fourth with Snap Raceps, and behind them is Tarnawa as they head up the straight, nearing the 3. Passion leads. Love is the Higher Law driven along, K.N. Pepper tracking the leader with the red cap. Down the outside, Snap Raceps. Widest of all coming there is Tarnawa as they pass the 2. Passion over on the far side, Tarnawa picking up on the near side. Between them is K.N. Pepper as they head on. Tarnawa has taken over. K.N. Pepper is second, Snap Raceps. Passion over on the inside, and then Elizabeth of Aragon, but Tarnawa is stretching on inside the final furlong. Tarnawa from K.N. Pepper second, Passion third as they go to the line. Tarnawa will repeat last year's win in the Give Thanks. Wins for Dermot Weld and Ushinor in second, K.N. Pepper, Passion third, and Snap Raceps in fourth.
Well, a fantastic performance by Tarnawa to get her 2020 campaign off in the best possible style under Ushinor. This filly travelled very, very well into the race, and when the eventual second, K.N. Pepper came under pressure.
Le Qatar Prix Vermeille, c'est la 6e course du programme. C'est un nouveau groupe 1 et de nouveau disputé sur les 2400 mètres de la grande piste. Heaven Soul, le numéro 9, Kazakh Rose est à la corde. Grande Glory est bien partie. Elle est pour l'instant en 2e position avec le numéro 7, Alcandora, qui est 3e, alors que Frankie Lettori qui monte le numéro 4, Dame Maliotte. Pour l'instant, Cizel en dehors avec sa jument. Il se rapproche du groupe de tête. Il emmène avec lui le 10, Wonderful Tonight, qui est monté par Tony Picon. Alors que le numéro 8, Laburnum, se retrouve en 5e position, est accompagné à la corde par le numéro 3, Machael. On retrouve ensuite les deux représentantes du Prince Agacan, le numéro 2, Tarnawa, et le 5, Valia, qui vient côté corde alors qu'elle passe à l'instant derrière le Petit Bois. Le numéro 6, Rabia, la favorite, est pour l'instant en dernière position. Et c'est le 4, Dame Maliotte, Toc Rouge, qui mène devant Evenso, qui est 2e, Wonderful Tonight, et 3e, Grande Glory, et 4e. À l'extérieur, il y a le numéro 8, Laburnum, alors qu'Alcandora est toujours à la corde et vient devant le numéro 3, Machael, alors que Grande Glory a été malchanceuse un instant. On retrouve pour l'instant en retrait le numéro 3 Machael ainsi que le numéro 5 Valia et Rabia, le numéro 6 qui est en dernière place. Elles sont maintenant dans la descente de la grande piste avec toujours aux avant-postes le numéro 4 Dame Maliotte, à son extérieur Wonderful Tonight en 3e position à la corde, c'est le 9 Evenso. À l'extérieur la Bournum qui se rapproche maintenant, Grande Glory est au centre avec Alcandora qui est à la corde alors que le numéro 2 Tarnawa profite du sillage de la Bournum pour se rapprocher en dehors. Le numéro 3 Machael est en pénultième, le numéro 5 Valia est en avant-dernière position et le 6 Rabia est toujours en dernière place alors qu'elles entrent maintenant dans la fausse ligne droite. Dame Maliotte, le numéro 4 à la tête et la corde, Evenso est dans son dos, Wonderful Tonight vient à l'extérieur, la Bournum se rapprochant encore, c'est le 8 Grande Glory est 5e, Alcandora le numéro 7 est à la corde avec le numéro 2 Tarnawa devant Machael et Rabia qui essaie maintenant de progresser en dehors. Elles entrent maintenant dans la dernière ligne droite. Dame Maliotte qui a le meilleur, Alcandora qui était malheureuse, Wonderful Tonight qui est lancée avec la Bournum qui vient également, tout comme le numéro 2 Tarnawa qui refait maintenant pas mal de terrain à l'extérieur. Dame Maliotte le numéro 4 qui se relance maintenant avec la Bournum qui vient, Tarnawa également et Rabia également qui essaie maintenant de refaire du terrain. Tarnawa se détachant maintenant du numéro 4 Dame Maliotte qui vient côté corde. Tarnawa qui va triompher avec beaucoup d'autorité. Le 5e prix Vermeille ici de Christophe Soumir. La 2e place à voir entre les numéros 4 et 6 entre Dame Maliotte et Rabia.
And they're all in line. There goes Lord North once again, very restless in the gate. Off in the Longines Breeders' Cup turf. And Channel Maker is sent out to the early lead. United goes with him and is running in second position into that first turn. And then it's Red King, Magical, and Arklow to the inside. Lord North is racing about 4.5 lengths from the front as they race on that first turn. Then Medea to the inside, followed by Tarnawa. Donya is second last, and Mogul is the early trailer. So the American horses will lead the way early on here. Channel Maker the leader. United is running along in second position. Pace is slow, 25.57 the opening quarter mile, and these two will take them into the stretch first time around. And then it's Red King on the outside, followed down toward the rail by Arklow. Magical is right in behind them, running in fifth, just 2.5 lengths behind into this slow pace. And they're being followed by Medea and Lord North to the outside. Break up another 2 lengths more to Tarnawa, Donya, and Mogul on hold at the back. 51.06 was the half mile for Channel Maker with 1 lap to go, leads the way into that turn. Channel Maker, the leader by a half a length. United sticks to him in second. Arklow will ride the rail into the turn, right alongside of Red King and the mare Magical between those two. Break up another 2 to Medea. Lord North to the outside. Taking a bobble there was Donya, who is now at the back of the field after 3 quarters in 1:15.99. So up the backstretch they go. It's been Channel Maker and United 1-2 throughout. Red King is third on the outside of Arklow. Magical is fifth in between horses, racing just 3.5 lengths from the front. Then Medea, Lord North, Mogul is making his way through traffic now. Mogul is 5.5 lengths behind and splitting horses as the field races for the far turn. Then it's Tarnawa and Donya. Channel Maker on top, moving for the far turn, shakes away 1.5 lengths. United follows in second, Arklow is third. Magical is being asked for her best run now. Red King is on her outside and under a ride 3 wide. Mogul is in behind them, waiting for a way through. Mogul now 6.5 behind and being asked to go, and Channel Maker kicks away. Channel Maker kicks away at the top of the stretch with 3/16 to go. It's a 3-length lead. Arklow is second. Medea's coming up the fence. Tarnawa's closing on the outside. Not today for Mogul. Channel Maker reaching for the wire. Here comes Tarnawa, storming down the center of the course to take the lead. And Tarnawa, the filly, has won the turf. It was close for second between Magical and Channel Maker.